Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is The Lady Designer, and today I would like to talk with you guys about the most recent Frontier Unlocked livestream, where we got a bit more of a deep dive into the Planet Zoo Console Edition and the Zoo Complexity Meter. And the information we received during this livestream may have sounded very positive at first glance, but diving into this a little bit deeper actually makes me a little bit more worried about the Planet Zoo Console Edition and the limits you will get if you are going to buy this game on console. If you're interested to hear more, then definitely do stay tuned to find out. But before we dive into this new information they shared about the Planet Zoo Console Edition and the Complexity Meter, I would like to share the Planet Zoo Console Edition gameplay trailer with y'all. But obviously, feel free to use the timestamps in the description of this video to jump to a different section of this video, in case you probably already saw the trailer or whatsoever. But before we jump into it, I would love to thank the sponsor of this video, Surfshark VPN. Now let's start with the basics. What exactly is a VPN? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and it's like your own private network on the internet. With Surfshark, you can put your phone, computer, or laptop virtually in a different country. Pretty neat, right? So for example, I can still watch my favorite show, Orphan Black, via VPN based in America, even though it's not available in Europe. It's like gaining access to a global library of shows and movies. And when you're traveling, no need to worry about missing your favorite series or local shows anymore, because Surfshark lets you watch most of your favorite websites wherever you are. Plus, you can watch TV shows from other countries that might not be available in your own. It's like expanding your entertainment horizon with just one click. Now let's talk about privacy. Companies are constantly tracking your online activities. Surfshark helps you browse the internet safely without them gathering your personal information. And here's something cool. Ever noticed how flight ticket prices can fluctuate? Some websites use cookies to hike up prices. With Surfshark, you can get better prices on those websites by keeping your cookies to yourself. And it's not just about one device. You can use Surfshark on an unlimited number of devices, so you can even share it with your family and friends if you want to. And the best part, you don't have to wait and doubt if you want a VPN or not. If you use the link in the description, my special promo code DELADY, or simply scan this QR code, you'll get an amazing 80% off and an extra 3 months for free. Plus, you can try the VPN risk-free with Surfshark's 30-day money-back guarantee policy. So what are you waiting for? Give Surfshark a try and experience the internet like never before. Stay safe, stay secure, and happy browsing! So apart from some extra gameplay footage of the Planet Zoo console edition during this live stream, they also did give us a little bit more information, or at least a little bit more of an idea of what the zoo complexity meter will be about. So to ensure a smooth performance as your zoo grows, Planet Zoo Console Edition features a zoo complexity meter, and this meter increases as you expand and add to your dream zoo. So yeah, pretty much, it really is a complex meter, and that is because of like trees have a certain effect on this complexity meter. Pieces like building pieces will have, but also animals do have. And I got more of the feeling that animals, and it doesn't really surprise me, but animals will take more memory, so they will. Also, I think depending on the size of the animals, they will have probably a little bit of a bigger impact on the zoo complexity meter. And I think we can all agree that that does make total sense. And I totally understand that they are not really able to pinpoint out like, yeah, you can build a zoo with this many pieces and with this many animals, because it also really depends. Like, some people will not be building that detailed, other people will be building that detailed, and some people want to build just a really big zoo with a few fences and just tons of animals, and some people are more into the small little details, maybe less animals, or maybe also a lot of animals. I don't know what you guys want to do exactly, but there are so many different players out there that want to enjoy this game however they like. And I kind of course, understand that there has to be like this complexity meter to make sure that especially people on console are able to experience the games as smooth as possible, pretty much. So the first news they gave during this live stream was the fact that when the game will launch on console, so you will have like this deluxe edition that you can buy, or you can buy that with like the seasons pass, and with the seasons pass you will get access to all the packs, all the 14 packs. I did say, again, 14 packs. But at launch day, you will be able to either get, with the Seasons Pack, of course, the North America Animal Pack and the Europe Pack. But if you are going for only the base game, or like the deluxe edition only, and you want to buy packs separately, depending on what kind of stuff you like or what kind of animals you like, you will be able to buy the bundle of the North America Animal Pack and the Europe Pack together. But you will also be able to buy these two separately. So the packs will all be available separately if you want to. And for what I understand as well is that if you have the base game, you will later be able to upgrade your base game with the deluxe edition, or get the seasons pack afterwards. So it's not like you per se have to pre-order everything right away. The only thing is that with a pre-order, you will be able to get the, for us, deluxe edition animals. And honestly, just a side note, but the more I think about the fact that they say that these animals are exclusive for pre-order, the more I am annoyed about it, because I don't understand why you are going to put this as an exclusive thing for pre-orders while they are just available to still buy on PC. The difference doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't really like the idea of making it exclusive, and the more I think of it, the more it really annoys me. I can't really imagine that there will be no way to upgrade your base game or your complete game later on with these three animals. I would find that super unfair. But okay, that was just a side note. Let's get back. Because why do I say this about the bundle and stuff? Because the Europe Pack has this timed scenario in there, which is a really good map and pretty detailed map as well. And they also did show it during this live stream and also hovered over it. I actually went into my game not only for the piece count and the animal count, but also just to see like Okay, did they not secretly try to remove some pieces because maybe console maps don't have that many pieces as our PC version? I really wanted to see if that was the case or not. As of right now, as I can tell, I was not able to see that they were using fewer pieces on console compared to PC. It did look like the exact map as far as I can tell, but obviously it's still like footage from a video, so I'm not entirely sure. But as far as I can tell, all the areas that I looked at all look exactly the same with all the small little pieces as well. So that is great news. So this map that you will get as a time scenario when you have the Europe pack has a complexity meter filled at around 55%. They also did show an overview of how that will look. So you will not see the complexity meter in your screen until you will almost get to the limit, but you will be able to see in the menu how far you are into this complexity meter. So yeah, as I said, probably animals will have a higher or bigger effect onto this complexity meter than, for example, trees. So it's pretty hard to pinpoint out exactly how much things will affect this. Okay, so 55%, that is, say, rounded up 48,000 pieces. So if you would make that a 100%, so from 55% to 100%, that would be around 87,000 pieces. And that does sound really, really good, if you ask me. I was actually pleasantly surprised to see the amount of pieces that this Europe pack map has. And if you want to have comparisons, we already did upload a video 2 weeks or something ago on the channel about the zoo complexity meter with like the screenshot that they showed at first from a different scenario map from the game. And I also show you guys exactly with my own maps, with all my zoos that I have, how many pieces they have, how many animals they have, how many staff members they have. So I'm not going into that again in this video, but just know I will link it also in the description of this video so you can all watch it back later on if you want to, just to get more of a feeling. Like the zoos that I created are all on my YouTube channel. You can see them all from episode 1, starting from scratch, how I build them, how I manage them, etc. So everything is in that video, and all the zoos are on the channel if you want to get a better idea of how big they are, how many pieces I used, how many animals I used, how many staff members, etc. So here comes the interesting part. So the zoo map from the Europe pack has a total of 62 animals. And it made me realize, so 62 animals is like 55%. But I actually didn't really think of, and I didn't really do that too much in the previous video, the fact that there are also exhibit animals in there. And I think, so 62% is 55%, which would be 113 animals at 100%. But from those 62 animals, there are actually 17 animals as an exhibit animal, meaning there are only 45 normal habitat animals left. Now, I don't know about you guys, and this is me guessing, but I do find it very logical that an exhibit animal definitely doesn't use as much space as the complexity meter, because an exhibit animal is pretty much an animal sitting on its spot. And especially when being zoomed out, I don't really even think that these animals are rendered. So an exhibit animal, I think, definitely doesn't use as much of the complexity meter as a normal habitat animal. So if we only look at 45 habitat animals, and again, this is like a zoo, which is very detailed, okay? So when you would have less pieces, obviously you will be able to add more animals. So we don't exactly know how much this is, but it still does worry me a little bit. So at 100%, 130 animals in total would come down to 31 exhibit animals and 82 habitat animals. 82 habitat animals is definitely not as much. And especially considering that you have 180 animals in the game, of which the minimum of most of these, well, not most, I don't know exactly how much it is, but the minimum amount of animals that you would pretty much need in a habitat is 2, 1 male, 1 female, and then you want to get a baby. Well, some animals need 2 or 3 or 4 adults in one habitat, and they all will get 1 baby, but there are also animals like tigers and lions. They can get like a number of maybe 4 cubs at one go. So that means you will have 6 animals in one habitat. 82 habitat animals is not that much. So, and even if we would say like, okay, I don't really think that pieces will ask as much as animals. So you guys see what I mean? Like, it's obviously very hard for me to pinpoint out exactly like how much the difference will be if you only will have a zoo with say 10,000 pieces. Like, how many animals will you still be able to put down? I can't really see that being 300 or 400, if you guys see what I mean. So, and even then, considering that you have 180 animals in the game in total, which is including exhibit animals, and then considering that most of these animals would need 2, 3, 4 animals in one habitat. Now, okay, there won't be that many people that will be adding all the animals in one zoo. I know that many people say so. Even I kind of tried it when I started my city zoo. But in the end, I obviously did not add all the animals in there. It's still not even finished. That's one of my non-finished zoos. I do have quite a few zoos that are finished. But yeah, looking at that, I'm a little bit worried about how many animals you will be able to put down in your zoo. At least we can conclude from this information, if you want to go for a pretty detailed zoo, then you will not be able to put down that many animals in that zoo. And it's totally fine if you're going for mini zoos, as we have been doing quite a lot as well on the channel. I think you will be fine. But even then, like, I had like this wildlife park, which has, let's say 35,000 pieces, but almost 300 animals in there. And I really wonder, like, that's not even one of my biggest parks, if that would be possible. Or my river safari adventure has 20,000 pieces and has 250 animals. So I really wonder if that will be possible on console, and it does make me worry a little bit. Now, I do also have to say, in that Europe Pack Zoo, there are a total of 21 species at 55%, so that will come down to 38 species, but that is including the exhibit animals, of course. And the amount of staff was also very interesting, because the amount of staff was 110 staff members at 55%. I actually was wondering, like, why this many staff members? Like at 100%, that will be around 200 staff members. But just to clarify, that was mostly due to vendors. So there were a lot of shops in that zoo, especially in like those city regions. So yeah, that's why they did hire a lot of staff members for that zoo. I don't know, I was just very surprised about the fact that there were so many staff members. But also for the staff members, I don't have any idea of how much they affect the complexity meter as well. But obviously for every habitat, or okay, that we could debate that. But if habitats are closed, you can probably get away with like having one keeper working for 2 habitats, but it can be quite stressful. I wonder how many people of you that play Planet Zoo and consoles are able to have one staff member for 2 habitats, especially if the habitats become bigger. They're probably not able to keep up with it. Unless you're playing with Sandbox mode, of course. Because Sandbox mode, management-wise, is totally different and probably a lot easier. So you will be able to hire less staff members, probably. Well, in fact, if you would play in real Sandbox mode, your guests don't even have needs. So you could get away with, like, no shops at all. But who wants a zoo without any shops? But I'm just rambling here, but you guys get the idea and why I am a little bit worried. I mean, looking at this map, at least for the people that want to build something more detailed and add quite a few animals, 82 animals, or 82 habitat animals and 31 exhibit animals, is definitely not that much, guys. So yeah, that is definitely something I did want to share with you guys. And I'm honestly just very curious to hear what you guys think about this zoo complexity meter. Now we have a little bit more information and have a little bit of a better idea and understanding of how it would potentially work. And like, obviously I'm a detailed Planet Zoo creator, and I am not that interested in trying the game out on console, and especially when seeing this, like, no, I don't really see any reason to play the same game that I have been playing for over, what is it, almost 3,000 hours now on PC. I don't really see why I would be trying that game on console myself, but I'm just super curious to hear your thoughts about it. Like, I've been saying every video about Planet Zoo Console Edition that I really do think that you should be playing this game on a PC. But I've also heard good stories about a Steam Deck, which is pretty much the same price range as a console, but then on a Steam Deck you will be able to play the game without any limits, pretty much. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind, whether or not you consider to get Planet Zoo on console, or this information might make you doubt and make you think like, okay, if I really want to play this game and I want to invest in this game, then you want to play it a lot more detailed, then you still might be better off to either play it on PC, which is quite an investment, I know that. So then maybe go for a Steam Deck, which you can also connect to a TV screen, to a mouse and keyboard. So yeah, that won't be that much different from playing it on console. So definitely something to keep in mind. I am obviously just super curious to hear what your thoughts are about this zoo complexity meter and this information that we got. Leave a like at the video if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And yeah, I just really do hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys!